Hey everyone, welcome back to Grumpy Monkey Technical Trading. My name is Michael. On the show today, we're going to be reviewing my predictions on Twitter as well as Microsoft and giving a bit of a way forward for what I think can happen in the coming weeks. So stay tuned. So took a look at Microsoft last week. It was kind of not the most interesting of chart, really. I probably could have chosen a different stock, but it had a lot of fundamental things that were interesting about it. That's why I wanted to bring it to everyone's attention. As you can see, we're still stuck in those channels that I talked about previously. So we have the upper resistance and the lower support lines. As I mentioned in my last show, I indicated that we probably come down and touch that support line again. So perhaps you've had the opportunity to buy some if you were interested in it. In the short term, I expect we're going to come up and hit this new green resistance line that I mentioned and probably sink back again for a little while, which in this market isn't too bad. On the absolute downside, we would head towards this line. That's probably the line that I would be most intrigued by in terms of purchase. And if I look at the stochastics, you can see that really nothing is really happening except that we form this channel where we're bouncing in between that. So really until we break out of this channel and until we break out of these channels, we're not going anywhere, which considering the market isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means that if you're looking for an entry point, there really isn't a clear one here. We may be just kind of stuck going between the lines for a little while. So that's it on Microsoft. All right, so Twitter. I've had a good run of predictions on Twitter, so we might as well keep the good times rolling here. On my last episode, I predicted that the bottom would be the hypothetical bottoming of these Fibonacci lines, which turned out to be correct, at which point I said there would be a rebound, which was also correct, as we then came up and hit the earlier resistance that I had mentioned previously. So I was 2 for 2 on my predictions with Twitter, indicating that we're into some positive momentum now. You can see that as well with the stochastics for the weekly, which are now well underneath the oversold line and should be rebounding shortly. If we look at the daily, you can see the actual episodes that were predicted. So I said that we probably still had a bit more to go here, and then we would come back up, which is exactly what we've done, and we've now hit this upper resistance point. We had the original lower support line that we had breached, which is now a support line for our current pattern, and now we are bouncing in between them. So we've had our little jump, and now we're looking to see where we're going to go next. I would predict still that with a little bit of positivity in the market, so some good news on China or what else is going on, that we could easily come up and hit this other major resistance line at just about 31.5. If not, I could predict we just kind of sit within this channel with the low being that original low previously, which I think would be unlikely actually for it to go back and retouch. I think it's going to maybe spend a day in this channel and then towards the end of the week break out a bit more. So I think we have some positive news. I'm certainly holding on to the shares that I have. And then I will be looking for how it behaves in terms of volume and momentum when it gets up to this higher resistance line. So Twitter is looking pretty good. I mean, if you bought it down here, you're pretty happy. If not, then you're probably not so happy. So that's our recap show of the week. Appreciate you watching. Please like the show and subscribe to the station. And if you have any ideas or things that you'd like to talk about, please put them in the comments and I'll try and incorporate them into the show. All right. See you later. Bye.